Is my hair? Hey, good morning. Good morning, Lynette. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, rest RP it and sew it. I love your name, by the way. Um, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone's wearing green. I feel like when I was in elementary school and in middle school, like St. Patrick's Day was taken seriously. Like if you didn't wear green, somebody would pinch the every loving heck out of you. And kids nowadays don't get that same love and attention because no touchy touchy. Mona. Okay, I love your name too. That's a beautiful name. I have a really close friend with that name. So, today there's like so many sales and so many things that are happening that I just wanted to get them out of the ballpark. I did not bring my tablet, but I did try to put the links or the name of the companies in my description box. First, we have it's like the last day of the birthday sales for two really big contenders that have like awesome patterns. So we have Sincerely Jen, she has her birthday sale. Her birthday sale is having 42% off. And we have Knottedthreadsco, which is Shannon. She has 36% off. I feel like these are really good prices. Normally, when there's sell prices are like 10, maybe 25% off. These are really phenomenal prices. And I think if you don't have a pattern from one of them that you've been aching for, it's time to run and get that. Good morning, Joanne. Get a pattern. Like if you haven't got the Pisces pack, get the Pisces pack. If you haven't got the pocket theory, yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. If you haven't got if you haven't got the unagi, whatever you haven't got from Sincerely Jen, she has a huge catalog. Um, you can go and get whatever your favorite bag is. And for 42% off, that's a pretty good still. And then also, if you are signed up for K Dill Handmaids, she sent out an email yesterday saying that the the Essentials Wallet Clutch turned 4 years old yesterday. And from yesterday till the end of the month, that pattern's 50% off. So if you've been eyeing that pattern, it's on sale for 50% off to the end of the month. And I think that's a steal because obviously it's a good pattern. It's been in cycle for 4 years, and people love it. So I think those are some really cool sales that I think everybody should go and support these designers for. So I just wanted to say those things because sometimes I will see a sale and write it down and I forget to tell you guys, and then I feel bad when the sale's over. Good morning, Arnetta. So yeah, I just when I'm a sucker, I love patterns. I don't know. I think that you guys are in the same boat because we sew bags. I think sewing bags and buying patterns are like two different things, but they're part of the same inner circle that we're in. Of good morning, Nikki. So yeah, when I seen all those things, I was like, this is pretty awesome. Um, I have all of Not a Threadco, so there's not one that I needed. But if I could make a suggestion, the Pisces packs is really awesome. But I also like the Mayfair, Max Mayfield, Mayfield. I like that one. I think it could be made to be domestic friendly, but it's one of my favorite ones because I'm a sucker for a cinched in waist, like with grommets. There is like nothing more classier to me, and it gives like this timeless look. And every decade and every like 90s, 2000s, 80s, there's always this like really cool grommeted bag that has a cinched in like bag look, and it's draws me to it. And I like the way she constructed it. It's really nice. Which brings me to the next one. I've been promising you that there's a bag that's coming out. It's called Anayu, that is from a designer that I have never worked with. Well, yesterday I got the clear that the video is going to be released to you guys on Thursday. So on Thursday I can show you one of the bags, and there is a affiliate link that you could purchase the bag from. An affiliate link is that you buy the pattern, and a small portion of the pattern that you purchase kickback goes to me. So yay, Nova. But and the video goes on a hard launch worldwide on Friday. I think I'm gonna show you one bag on Thursday and the bag that I show you in the video on Friday. Both bags I like. They're both completely different. I The thing is that I always like to try to make I always try to make two different bags. One I make again before I do a video so I can try to walk you through areas that I find difficult so that way it could be easier for you. Um, but I made one in cork and one with like a Mora type like stabilizer. And the one with cork is very it's like it has fleece. It's very stiff. It's very stiff and it's very straight. It looks amazing though, because it's like this cork from Buckle Guy. It's this brown colorway that I haven't seen cork in anywhere. When I show it to you guys, I'll give you all the plugs if you want to get this cork. I didn't know Buckle Guy sold cork, and they do. They sell a couple different color variations, and it's really nice. Um, so it's very stiff, and I thought it would be a little bit more slouchy, but it's not. Because the Mora like doesn't have stability like a marine vinyl. It's very slouchy, and I like both of them. They look like different bags, but they're the exact same bag, constructed the exact same way. But because one is really good morning, Shannon. Happy belated birthday. Um, one is really because the cork looks super stiff, the bag looks really structured compared to the one that had Mora and had like just a softer fleece. One had thermolam because I thought I needed more structure for the cork than I did the vinyl, and it was not the case. It's pretty funny. You'll see them side by side. It looks like the cork is like a large and the Mora one is a medium, and there's no size difference. The stabilizers are just different from thermolam to fleece, and it's pretty funny. But I do like this backpack. It has three-dimensional pockets on the sides of the bag, and they have a very unique shape. They're not like perfect circle or a sphere. They have a very unique shape on itself, and I go over with you in the pattern like where you need to like focus on, because my little ADH dyslexia brain was struggling the first time I did it, and then when I talked to the designer, we figured out how to put something on the pattern piece to make sure that you know where the zipper closes, so therefore you know exactly where to place these bags pockets on your pattern without any hesitation whatsoever. That This bag has pockets on pockets on pockets. You have a pocket on the back, you have two pockets in on the side exterior, you have a zipper pouch slip pocket, and you have a zipper pocket as well as a cargo pocket. There's pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets. There are a lot of them that are optional that you don't even have to do. I do all the pockets in the video. Um, it's a pretty interesting bag. I even like how her like backpack straps are a little bit different than I'm used to, but it's very fun. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. I even like her closure is a little different that I see for a drawstring closure. She has her drawstring where that has the toggle, but then there's like a cool magnetic snap flap, so it's like a secondary closure. So it's really cool. Good morning. So, yeah, that comes out on Thursday. The real wide launch is Friday. On Thursday, I'm going to read to you the story behind this bag. It's really cute and really sweet. It's based upon like sisters and wanting a bag that your sister has. And I think we all have been there, whether we have a sibling or not, or a cousin or someone that we look up to or not, that there's something that we seen that someone else had that we kind of desired. And us becoming the sewist that we are, and we were able to kind of recreate it because it's been something that we were always think of in our childhood or in our adolescence. And I think it's a sweet story, but it also shows how creative designers minds really can be, like taking upon something a moment in time and then recreating something from their childhood and like making it. And I just it's a really cool story. And then just to recreate something from your childhood is like is amazing to me. So also what's happening today, Iris Textiles. um, she was formerly part of Backstitch. She was the vinyl portion. This is her second round. She has a really beautiful collection this round, which is going to be open from today to the 21st. And if you're into like mushrooms, rain, and just like kind of moody corticage kind of fabrics, this round's for you. I did 2 prints, and I'm gonna show you one today and one, I think, on Wednesday. The one on Wednesday is really cool because for some odd reason, I knew I signed up for a glow in the dark fabric, but when I put it together, I didn't think it was gonna glow the way it did, and it glows. Like like, it glows. Like, I turned off the hallway light, and it was like the light that Frodo and Sam had. I was like, "Holy shit, this is glowing." Like, the whole bag glows, like, it's cr it glows. Like, it's a feature that if you're selling this as a bag, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, it kinda glows." No. No, it glows. Like, I it would be distracting if it was in my room at night. Like, I would I would be like, "This is brighter than a nightlight." So, but the one I'm gonna show you is Pick Your Poison, and I made this cute little pouch, and you can see all these really cool poisonous flowers like foxglove, nightshade, hemlock, and lily of the valley, which I didn't know they really put lily of the valley in like this one perfume that was from the 70s and the 80s. And the reason why they stopped it is because, like, I guess a kid or a toddler got into it and they drank it and there were no more. And it's really because they put lily of the valley in it. I was like, how many times did that happen before they realized that they shouldn't? I have a lot of questions. So I really like how this is the Sulky. Sulky is usually not my favorite base, but this one was pretty cool to work with. I used fleece, and I just, hit it with some steam, and there's no other stabilizer in here. I use a very soft twill in here, and it's so it could be easy wipeable. It's water resistant twill, and it has great structure, as you can see. I think it's so pretty though. I like I'm weird. I don't like getting flowers for like Valentine's Day or Christmas or whatever, but I love flowers outside. So like I will call my husband, like I called him on Friday. I was like, dude, when you come home from work, all of the snowdrops are outside. And he's like, you're really weird about this. I'm like, that means it's spring, dude. And he's like, okay, calm down. He comes outside and he's like, I never really seen with snowdrops. I'm like, how do you not see with snowdrops? You're like, you lived in DC, Maryland before I moved here. So like he comes home and he's like, oh my God, these are what snowdrops are? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know when we got them because they weren't here the first 2 years that we bought this house, and they just started to come. And then every year they become more and more. But I love looking at flowers outside of the house. There's like, I want to have this dark garden, but every time I plant a dark flower, my HOA lady just gets all over me like white on rice. It's very distracting. So yeah, so like when I seen the nightshade, the lily of the valleys, hemlock, I'm like, this is kind of my thing. I don't want them out of the ground, but I like looking at flowers. I love looking at them. I kind of want to see that that big flower that smells incredibly bad. I just want to go see it with like some kind of like nose protection because I'm that person who'll be like, oh my God, this is the worst smell ever. I can't hold in what I feel. Okay? But yeah, if this is your if this is your like if you like flowers and like rain and just mushrooms and gnomes, this is the collection for you. There's not anything in this like her fabric line that she came out with that I don't like. It's very whimsical, and it's like whimsical and a little bit of darkness to it without it being dark. I can't explain it. I think it appeals. It's not like it's not too girly and it's not too It's just right. I can't explain because I'm not an overly girly person, as you can tell when I'm always wearing t-shirt and jeans. But I would buy everything from this line, and I do like the nightshade and hemlock and everything. I think I can even incorporate this with I would do something with this with like the Sally character from Nightmare Before Christmas, because she knew a lot about like different flowers to put the professor to sleep. I have ideas. Like, so if I got this in vinyl, like cutting out each one of the flowers individually really well, you can probably do it with like a Brother Cut or a circuit, or you could do it by hand, or with a blade if you're really good at it. I'm not that great with the blade. I would mess up. And just doing some applique or reverse applique, I think it would be cool. Good morning, Io. Good morning, Wendy, Christine. So yeah, so I got to do that. I finished up a couple of I had some strikes that I needed to get done, pictures for them, and I'm so happy I got most of them done. I need to do one more to no, I don't have to do any more today. No, I have one more I'm doing today. And then I'm just going to be doing another mini E. So like if you don't know, I'm teaching the tiny kata and the mini E in at So Whatever Studio in May. And so I'm going back over and I'm making a couple of them and taking notes on where areas that I want to go over and explain. And I'm also making um I was gonna say diagrams, but they're not. I'm going over certain steps and making like models and stopping. So like I'm making things out of muslin. So I'm making certain sections and stopping and not going any further and sticking them in my bag in different areas. So that way when we get to that section, if someone gets stopped, they can have a tangible item in their hand and look at it versus looking at a picture in the page or hearing something verbally. A lot of people are visual people. And although my videos they may have watched or whatever, I do know that there are people that if they hold something tangibly in their hand and they actually see it, it all can click. So I wanted to provide that kind of help for the class as well. So I'm just going over and getting some of like scraps I have in my scrap bin and just like muslin and going over certain sections that might be a little bit more difficult for some than others and then stopping in that area so that way I have these modules or just like bottles or whatever, so that way when we get to that area, we can do it. Yeah, yeah. So I like that's what. Thank you, Lynette. I just wanted to make sure because the mini E comes together relatively fast. Like I yesterday, I cut it. I There's not a lot of interfacing. I cut it, I interfaced it in less than an hour, and I put it together in less than 90 minutes. Now, I understand that that is me. I can sew fast, but the people who are by rotary cutters can tell you I am the slowest cutter in the West. I don't know why I don't trust myself with a rotary blade. I have cut myself way too many times to be comfortable with it, and I prefer to cut by with scissors because I feel like I have better self-control and it's like a control thing, but I do so fast. So I'm trying to go to and like make sure I have just certain steps in the mini E so that way if someone's like, dude, Shanova, I don't get it. I know I heard you said it 7 times. I know you said it in Spanish. I know you said it in Gaelic. I know you said it in all these other languages, but I'm not getting it. I can be like, here, this is the piece. And then they could be like, oh, because I think once you connect certain pieces in your head, then you get over that roadblock. It's easy selling. So with a mini E, there's two particular parts that I think people have um a difficult time with. And then I'm just going back. Luckily, I'm in still in the same. I've been a ride or die with for Lex's testing team forever. So I have my original mini e-notes, and I have what I do is when people in the testing group, because I've been her like one of her videographers. I've been a person that's done videos for her. So what I do is when people in the notes section, like, is there something you need to change or clarify? I write notes. If someone's like, hey, this, there's not a good enough picture here. I'm not understanding here. Why do we have the seam allowance change or whatever? So like if it's a seam allowance change, I don't write notes. But if a person's like, hey, this area does not make sense, I'll make a note on my actual pattern piece. And so when I'm doing it, if it makes sense to me, then I'm like, okay, I can do an explanation to you. But if it doesn't make sense to me, I will like sit there and like mull it over, grab some scraps, try to figure it out, and then go from there. And then Alexis is one of the coolest people in the world, like designer or not. She's freaking hilarious. If you ever have an opportunity to meet her, she's nothing like you think she is. she's She's amazing. I mean, if you think she's amazing, then she is amazing. But she's hilarious. She's really, really funny. And she gets all my weird jokes. Like when I went on to tell you guys where to get the frames, and I was like, "Good morning, Pan Am." She was the first one that was messaging me like, "Oh my God, Pan Am!" Like she understands the Shinovaisms. So she's just funny. So like I'll message her and I'll be like, does this and this doesn't, I can't get it. Can you help me out? And then whatever. And she understands. She just gets me. And then like before I do a video, I just don't like go like balls to the walls of the video. I'm like, hey, is there something you want me to change before I do the video? And she'll be like, yeah, I think I'm changing this, and this. And then we go from there. So I feel like when a person doesn't when a person has you doing their videos, I feel like the communication with the designer is really important because you don't want to just do something that is not a part of the video. That's the reason why I created my Patreon. I had a lot of people telling me that I wasn't following the pattern, and I'm notorious for that. So what happened was is like the first half of the first year I started doing it, I was just doing things the way I do it, like doing it my way. And then I realized that people really want to have it per the pattern. So then I started doing everything per the pattern. And then I launched my Patreon the year after. And my Patreon is nothing but modifications. So that's why I do everything by the book in my YouTube channels, because I realized that people really need to follow the directions and they don't want me to go off course. And that's what I'm here for, to help. So yeah, it just helps to teach. If you're gonna teach, you just have to figure out other way of teaching. Like, I don't know, when I was in elementary school, I had a teacher that he understood that I had to do something with my hands when I'm learning, so he would give me like like something squishy, something to, like before there was fidget spinners or whatever. If I was doing something else with my hand, he realized I was able to pay attention. So for me, I think that that's what teaching is about, is realizing what you can do to help somebody, a member that may not understand what to do, and just like capitalize on it. So like for me, I'm just going to go into the mini E because there's not a lot of components, and go to the parts that are a little bit more difficult and have them constructed so the people can take it apart, look at it and be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had a really cool teacher. Like, he understood like, he understood that, like, cause I would just sit there and rock, cause I had to do it, like, this is before people, cause this was during the time when I was little, they thought ADHD was only in boys. You gotta love those 90s. So, this was in a time where they thought it was just that, and he understood that I needed to do something with my hands. So it still is like, normally if you guys notice sometimes that I'll have my hands coming up, and then all of a sudden I go from having no doodles to having doodles on my hands. I usually do something with my hands, or when I'm talking. If you ever really sit by me, I'm notorious. If I'm on the phone with you, I'll start sketching you. Like, it's just what I do. Yeah, he was a really good teacher. Other teachers were not so nice. So he was awesome. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm trying to put different components for the mini E so I could put it on my carry-on. I know it's like months away, but I just wanted to make sure that that part of it is done. Um, and I'm really excited about it. And I also I cannot find this fabric. You guys, you have no idea. So, like, the person that plays the Miraculous Ladybug, and I think Cat Noir is also gonna be at AwesomeCon. I have a Notorious print, and I bought it's a kids panel, and it is a background one. I've had this thing for, like, 4 years. I've wrapped them up together. They're on a fabric board. I know I had them on the bottom of the fabric on the last row of my fabric wall. It is not there. Okay, it is not there. So I'm about to go on the other fabric wall. I'm going to lose my mind until I find it, and I will not work until I find it. It is driving me batty. Like this is also part of like how my brain works. Until I find the problem, the solution to the problem that I'm searching for, I can't move on to the next thing. It I can't it is driving me nuts. That's if you're probably like, "Why does she keep looking over there?" Because I am literally taking part away my fabric walls just to figure out where this is. Because it's a very unusual color. It's not the red with the black dots like you think it would be. The reason why I bought it, it was a very unique panel color, and the artist who created it for Notorious did a very unusual job, and I bought it with no rhyme or reason to use it, and now that I have a reason because the voice actors are gonna be here, I'm losing my ever-loving mind, and it's so small that it will be perfect for the mini E. Huh, I digress. Oh, 2 lives. Yeah. Oh, that's cool to know, I didn't know that, Lynette. And if you want to do who has a great bag? If you wanna do, like, the original Pan Am bags that they had in the '60s and '70s, Brandy, she has a bag that is made after that. That is literally that is made after those, carry-on bags that they had for the '60s and '70s, and if you get some really cool vinyl I know, like, Lauren has a lot of glitter vinyls, but if you can go find it in baby blue or orange, you can totally recreate that bag. Be awesome. Okay, thank you, Julie. I am going to lose my ever-loving mind. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm gonna let you know your girl's gonna lose her mind. And the thing is that I'm gonna need to probably most likely move my sawgrass and like a couple of my bigger tools are on a wheelie cart. I'm gonna have to just sit down and just go through this last row because I'm like, where are you? Where are it makes zero sense that this is just gone. I know because like I found all my steamboat Willie and all of them because whenever I get a really cool panel and that's all cotton. I put the panel and the whatever the cotton base like that goes with it together on there. I have all of these other ones and I'm like I need this one because I always try to throw a couple of unusual curveballs into the mix that are like either the actors or the voice actors that are in there because there's always somebody that's like, I want this because so and so is here. And I was like, it would be really cute as a mini E because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the artwork is tiny. Like I think the artwork is like no bigger than this, and it'll be perfect for the mini E. So that's what I'm going through today. So she said, Christine, if you scroll up, she said her name was Mona. Um, so yeah, that's what I am doing this today. I think that's all I have for you. I know I thought I had something else to tell you, but I forget. So yeah, don't forget, I think it's the last day for Shannon's and the last day for Sincerely Jen's birthday sales. If you are missing a pattern, what are you waiting for? Then Kathy Cadill has the everyday, no, the essentials wallet for 50% off. So I'm just saying, I'm an enabler when it comes out to patterns. You know, I love them. I'm just saying. And if you haven't got the Pisces, this what are you waiting for? So I will talk to you all later. I hope everyone has a really good day. And that's it. See you tomorrow. Bye.